see, I have a 2.5 litre turbocharged, basically the same engine as the Focus ST Mondeo. As ever guys, make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell notification to let you know every time I make an upload. But let's get into this 2007 Mondeo Titanium X. Now, starting up front in the engine bay, we have the 2.5 litre turbocharged, basically ST engine in the front of this Mondeo. Very, very cool engine to have in this. And the reason you would buy this Mondeo is because of this engine. I would say now this is the best part of the car because it makes this car what it is. I've driven a diesel one before, not for the channel, didn't really think much of it if I'm honest. The 2.5 litre though completely changes how this Mondeo actually performs on the road and how it feels to drive. As you could probably imagine, the tuning ability for this engine, it's already been done. The STs and the RS is already running big power with a couple of maps, all that sort of good stuff. So this all can be interchanged into this Mondeo. So very easy to modify this thing. This one has the ram air induction kit. It has a turbo back exhaust system as well with a stage 2 remap. I'm going to say over 250 brake horsepower in this one, but hasn't hit a rolling road yet, so no figures to determine exactly how much power is going through this car. But as we know from the STs and the RSs, we know how much power we can get out of simple mods to these engines. Market value with the 2.5 litres I think is quite strong. You can get one for about £3,000 up to £5,000, dependent on mileage and mods and all that other good stuff. You can get one cheaper, you can get one more expensive. This is the selling point of this car, is the 2.5 litre turbocharged engine up front. Now coming up front, I would definitely go for the Titanium X, mainly because it comes with these headlights. The Xenon headlights that come on this series of Mondeo are incredibly good. So at night, with your family in the back, you definitely want some good headlights because you're middle-aged now and you have kids and stuff, so headlights are a priority, if that makes any sense. Other things to point out on the front end: gloss black grills, gloss black little trim bit on the bonnet, and this one has a Maxton splitter, which I think completes the front end from the factory. They look good, don't get me wrong, but I think definitely putting a splitter on the front of these changes how this car looks. It looks a lot more beefy, a little bit more purposeful at the front. Coming around the rear end of the car, as you can see, it's sat on 20-inch wheels, which this car isn't lowered, right? And it stances really well on the 20s. It sits and it fits with 20-inch wheels incredibly well. So if you're after one of these, 20-inch wheels are probably the way to go. Of course, if you do want to lower it, 19s, 18s, whatever you want, will probably be the way to go. This one isn't lowered though, sat on 20s, still drives really, really nice, comfortable, and it looks really good. So if you want big 20s on your Mondeo, they fit. Rear end styling, LED rear lights, very cool. This one has a twin exit exhaust system, as you can see. No boxes, but it has a back box. So the rumble of the 5-pot is definitely there in this Mondeo, and it's got parking sensors, which of course when you're in and out of bays, going to school, going to the shops, is a definite must. So yeah, parking sensors. And it's got a spoiler as well, which looks really cool. So rear seats, this is a talking point really, because you're gonna wanna put your kids in this. You're gonna wanna put adults in the back of this. So the rear seats are an incredibly comfortable place to be. Loads of space here, even with my seat in a stupid position. You have so much room for activities back here. You have a center armrest with, of course, the obligatory cup holders that we love on this channel. Leather with a bit of cloth, very comfortable back here, and you have air vents molded into the pillars for rear end heating, cigarette lighter for charging iPads back here as well. And I must say, with that massive boot and these massive rear seats, very, very impressive back here. Comfortable for a full-size grown adult. If we had one to hand, we would get one, but I'm here anyway. Loads of rear seat headroom as well, which is a massive plus because obviously getting people in the back of here is easy. If you had a car seat in here, baby seat, would be very easy to get in and out, especially as the roof line goes back. I'm actually really surprised that there's a lot of space in the back of this. Coming up into the cockpit of the Mondeo, you've got a digital screen in front of you, which is really cool. This one has an Android system, aftermarket. So again, if I was to get one of these, if you were to get one of these, I'd probably swap it out for an aftermarket stereo. Just a little bit more intuitive, got a lot more than the standard system would. These come with the 6-speed manual box as well. Clutch is very soft, very easy to drive for anybody. Heated seats up front as well, and as you can see, this is my normal driving position. Look at all the space we have in here. There's loads of knee room, loads of arm room. As I already say in every video, it's got an armrest, which is just a good time. Cup holders, gloss black bits. The titanium pack especially, I would say, is the way to go. get the Titanium X. The interior is so much nicer. It's a nicer place to be, nicer materials. This one also has cruise control, and again, just like the back, we have the leather seats with the cloth centers, incredibly comfortable. You need comfort when you're driving around all day in one of these. And because these are keyless, as you can see, no keys are needed to actually get in and start this thing. When you grow up a little bit and you become middle-aged and you want a car that just does things, that on its own is one of those talking points that it just makes life easy. I think this car has huge potential though. From the driver's seat, it's got all the comfort, space, everything you could ever need inside. The price point is exactly where you want to be, and with that 5-pot up front, it's a very, very good buy, this car. But as usual, guys, we're going to take it on the road, give her a little start, jump on some B roads. The Mondeo Titanium X with the 2.5 litre turbocharged engine, 5-pot up front. What's my initial thoughts? Now, we're a little bit greasy, a little bit damp today, but it's still able to force that power down. As you've seen from the first bit of this video, the 2.5 litre up front, I would ballpark 250 brake horsepower with the mods that are on this car at the moment. It does give a good driving experience. Usually you would find a diesel engine in these, but this 2.5 litre actually sits and performs really well in this chassis. Now with the exhaust that's on this one, as you can hear, it does give that 5-pot grunt and gurgle that you would get from your ST. Oh, it just sounds so good. Obviously from the factory you will not get that on a standard car, so the first thing I would probably do is just take a bit of the exhaust out. This has got a turbo back exhaust system with the back boxes still in there. Not too much drone, lovely sound though. This is why you would buy one of these, I think, is because of the 5-pot up front. In the interior though, very, very comfortable place to be. First thing I thought when I got in this is how much leg room, how much arm room, and how much bolster support I actually had from these seats. For the money, a comfy, new age interior in these Mondeos, especially the Titanium X, you get a nicer trim level all round, so you get this sort of brushed silver all over the car. It doesn't feel as old manish as it would if it had the wood interior. No one wants wood interior in their Mondeo. So I think if you're jumping out of your hot hatch saying you've hit 30, like I've been saying multiple times in this video, and you are looking for something with 4 doors, a big boot, but still has that fun factor, I think this is right up there for the price point. Say 3,000 to, you know, tops £5,000 for one of these. Yes, you can get one cheaper. Yes, you can get one more expensive. But I think, you know, this one's sat at 95,000 miles. Titanium X will give you a comfy seats with the leather outside and cloth in the centre. It will give you heated seats, which are a must when you hit 30 and obviously your back hurts, which I go on about all the time. For the money though, I just think from the driver's seat it feels a little bit more premium than I was expecting, and that's a really positive thing for the Mondeo. I've driven a few Mondeos for the channel now, and this one is definitely up there with more of a prestigious feeling inside. The materials feel a little bit more premium in this one. Although this isn't a performance model of the Mondeo, it still gives a little bit of performance in its drive. If you are after something that does everything, this is slap bang in the middle of a good price point. It is slap bang in the middle of performance. You don't need to do a lot to it. This has got, you know, air filter, exhaust system, a remap, and say it's comfortably at 250 brake horsepower plus, it's still very responsive, which is something you want if you're a petrol head. You still want something, you know, going into a bigger car that makes you giggle and smile, and this has it. Drop your kids off to school, you can transport anything you want in the boot, and then when it comes to it and you're second gear and you want to have a little bit of fun, say, it reacts really well. Chuck it into a corner, yes, you can feel a little bit of weight, but it's not crazy weight. I'll do the window back up because this soundtrack is very, very addictive in this thing. It does sound so good in here. All the space in the world and a 5-pot soundtrack. So winner in my books. To access in and out. I can't get out. Oh my god. Child locks on. No! Well, that's that then. I'm gonna climb past here. Oh god. Oh, this is going at the end of the video, isn't it? Nice. Lovely 106 GTI just went past there. Wouldn't have caught it on camera. Sundance yellow. I want it. Can't see anything. Oh my god, it's so windy. Oh dear.